Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. As confirmed by the community manager's preview stream, the next Sunny Sunday event is the Shining Star Force event we have all been waiting for. This Sunny Sunday is a combination of the 30% off Star Force event and the 5, 10, 15 star always succeeding event. So to make the most of that, you gotta make some Meso. And that's what I aim to help everyone with today, how to min-max those Meso gains. This is not a super new video, I've done plenty of Meso guides in the past. However, this is just more of a refresher with some new things that I did not mention in the previous video, so if you already know all of this, then my apologies. If you don't, then I hope it helps you get more gains. There are fast ways and there are slow ways to get more Meso. A fast method would be through defeating boss monsters, where every boss monster defeated drops a crystal that can be sold for Meso. The stronger the boss, the more Mesos you'll get, and you'll get more Mesos if you defeat the boss just by yourself. That's why everyone hates carrying people nowadays, and why bossing mules are so important. If you can, for example, defeat Chaos Cocoon with 5 different characters, that's already an additional 400 million you can make a week just from this boss alone. Bossing Mesos will be a big chunk of your income, so make sure to defeat those daily and weekly bosses until you can no longer sell crystals. Make sure to defeat the bosses that are the most valuable if you're running out of crystals to sell. Another big part of your daily income will come from grinding Mesos, and there are a lot of ways to min-max your grinding to ensure you'll get the most Mesos and the most value for your time. Once you've found a nice map to grind in, there are a ton of ways to increase your Mesos through gear and buffs. Most of your Meso increased buffs will come from your accessories. Once those items reach legendary potential, they have a chance to roll Meso obtained lines, which will increase the amount of Mesos obtained from monsters whenever that item is equipped. I usually use the event rings as Meso gear because those cannot get Star Force but still have relatively high base stats. Your rings, earrings, pendants, face accessories and eye accessories all can get lines of Meso obtained. Investing in this gear will pay off pretty fast. Whenever you go to grind, make sure to also purchase the Meso and drop coupons from the Legion store. These cards increase the Mesos and item dropped even more. When both are active, I hit 1514% Meso, thank you so much Reboot Passive, and 102% item drop rate. Holy Symbol is active at this time as well. Holy Symbol also increases drop rate, by the way. That's why I love leveling up that skill. Getting more drop rate is also useful for collecting more node stones, droplets and equipment when grinding. So you gotta spend your Legion coins to buy those cards, but there's also something called a Legion Meso box. Those are, however, not worth your coins whatsoever. So yeah, don't get those, they're pretty bad. You can get more Legion coins by expanding your Legion and increasing your Legion raid power. This can be done by leveling up and increasing the Star Force on characters assigned to the Legion board. The Phantom class Legion, by the way, is also great for Meso grinding because that's the only class in the game that gives a small boost to Meso drop whenever the Phantom Legion block is assigned. And of course, whenever you go grinding, make sure to use totems as much as possible. The boosted spawn rate will generate way more Mesos per hour than just the base spawn rate. This item is actually extremely powerful when you go Meso hunting. You can purchase this item with reward points in the reward points section of the cash shop. This item is also another reason why bossing is so important, because it's very easy to get enough reward points if you just have a couple of bossing mules at the ready. Another way to boost Mesos gained is by resetting your inner ability to Meso obtained. This is also pretty powerful and can be achieved pretty early on in your adventure. I have a unique second line, but getting it on first line, the Meso obtained line will go up to 20%. You can get more honor XP from bossing, grinding, the Mulong Dojo store and event stores, just to name a few. Also, do not reset this of course if you for example already have your best first line, then just go for it for the second line. For my Shade for example, I need to go for +1 attack speed on my first line because that's way more important for me, and then Meso and drop on the second. And finally, you can get more Meso bags through Familiar. Not every monster in MapleStory will drop a Meso bag, it's not guaranteed until you increase your drop rate a bit more. I believe getting around 60% base drop rate should be enough for a Meso bag to always drop if you defeat a monster. Of course, it's still recommended to go for more drop rate to find more node stones and others, but those Familiars specifically will start to lose their value if you already have a high Meso drop rate. Then I would just go for the drop ones and not for the ones that increase Meso drop rate. So just go for drop ones, those are fine. But also, by the way, if you're equipping 2 Familiars with the same lines, at least not for the item and Meso stats. If they're the same line, the exact same, they do not stack. Increasing your drop is pretty important. Finding more node stones and droplets is actually pretty great for regular server players, as you can sell those to make some Meso. Whenever you're grinding, also make sure to fight the right monsters. It is always ideal if you can one-shot the monsters. This means you'll kill more monsters per minute, which means you can find more Mesos. And of course, this only applies to level 200 plus content. You generally don't Meso farm outside of the Arcane River and the high level areas in Grandis. You can use Legion, Guild and Monster Park potions to increase your attack and attack speed with the green Monster Park potion to grind even more efficient. Speaking of Monster Park, you can also get the Greed Pendant from Monster Park. This item increases the drop rate of equipment by 20%. If you can already one-shot monsters while wearing this pendant, you'll find a bit more gear which you can then use to make a bit more meso. No massive gains, but hey, meso gains are meso gains, right? You can sell the gear you find to an NPC, or you could level up your alchemy profession to disassemble those higher level items. Those can contain philosopher stones, which can be sold for a lot more than the item itself in stores, and you also need those resources for the next item that I want to mention, because another big way to increase your mesos obtained when grinding is by getting wealth acquisition potions. These potions boost your mesos obtained even more, but getting them can be a bit tricky. I tried looking for the recipe for a while now, but no luck for me so far. If anyone knows a good source of where to find those recipes, let me know in the comments. From what I found online, normal Horntail has a chance to drop the recipe for these potions. But once you find this recipe, you're not done yet though. You'll need a superior empty bottle, 10 juniper berry seed oils, 3 superior item crystals and 1 philosopher stone to actually start making the potions. The latter two you can get from disassembling your gear, the empty bottle you can buy in a crafting store, and the oil, that's the biggest time investment. The seeds needed for these oils drop from purple plants, which could take a while to harvest manually, but there are tricks to get them faster, by for example completing the level 100 Mushroom Shrine questline, the one that rewards those cool wings. Once you complete this questline, you unlock the Threads of Fate, which can be accessed through the light bulb at the bottom. The process to set everything up properly is pretty complex, but I'll try to explain it as briefly as possible. This could be like a whole 7-minute video that I'm trying to cram into a minute now, so hope this works out. You can get closeness with NPCs through the Threads of Fate. Once you hit 50 closeness, which you can get by talking to NPCs and gifting them items, you can then get the Ask option. There are 2 tasks you can get from this Ask option called Chop Wood and Gather Herbs, which are the ones that you want. You can get those tasks from any NPC. You'll need to get 2 NPCs to 50 closeness, because the first ask of the day always resets which task you want to get for the NPC. So if you get 1 dummy NPC, you can just complete their task first so that it resets, then go to the NPC with the right task, which is either chop wood or gather herbs, and if you don't have those yet, you gotta reset them daily until you get them, and then complete that one. This content has a chance to reward pouches containing the oils that you'll need, saving you a lot of time if you instead had to get those yourself. I just got into this as well, but I'm gifting and talking to Takano and Kurama because their gifts are pretty easy. Takano you can give white potions, and Kurama you can give some arrows for the gifts. Wealth acquisition potions are a massive boost to your mesos gained due to how they work, so get them as much as possible when you can, even though they can be a bit of a pain in the butt to get. Besides that, in MapleStory Global there is something called Maple Tour, which unlocks after reaching level 105. You can do this twice a day for free and up to 7 times a day if you're spending Maple points to enter again after the first 2 times. I earn about 50 million a day from just the 2 free runs, and you can get power elixirs from the store in this area as well. As long as you have the coin, this store got wares. Another boss that unlocks at level 100 is Ursus. This boss has a double meso time. During this time you can get about 33 million mesos per run. You can access this content through the Dimensional Mirror, by the way, same for the Maple Tour. So I can make an additional 100 million per day, and once you're able to deal enough damage you can solo this boss as well. I usually die out once I reach about 400 billion damage, but I think you need to deal a lot less damage than that. I think around 110 billion damage should be enough for an S rank. And finally, from defeating all those monsters, you're bound to get a ton of Silent Crusade coins. You need to assign this store button to your keyboard. Everyone has it, but it just isn't assigned by default. Here you can sell your coins for mysterious meso pouches for some minor gains. I hope this video was useful. To start Star Forcing next Sunday. Also, make sure you have spares, please. Please have spares, else you're gonna blow up your gear and it's gonna be horrible. You'll lose all your stats. Make sure you have spares when Star Forcing. Good luck with that. I hope this video was useful for everyone who just came back to Maple or wasn't sure how to meso farm properly. And that was all for today. As always, many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Mora, Wiley, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Alvar NHI, Ziggydeer, Flidiot, Knifesu, Chen125, Cloudfix, Gustus Rodriguez, Froggy, Vira, Trevor, Michael Manchaka, Ratius, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Stevie Zhang, Afterlord _MS, ceemak, Striker Elk, Taiwan Pan, Victor Sundstrom, Radical Jaws, Riser RU, Gummy Bullet, Lovebird, 32655, Mathias Simonsson, Mr. Anar, Galando Balavia, PC Game Life, Dante Victory, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, I'm Disappointed, Lucky Beats, Gable Eck, Pedro Benetti, Conrad Castales, Ace Light, Ben Wolf, Max Bernhardt, Doc on the Taco Box, Muka1017, BMB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Priscilla, Brennan Cam, Shake1, Vague Botnet, Fecco, Gianfranco Calderon Canavero, and Nick Rodart. Thank you all for watching, stay safe, and happy mapling!